Trying to find a great luxury hotel stay in New York City can feel impossible. There's over 500 hotels and over 50 five-star properties alone, many of them going for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, or even $5,000 per night. And even if you're looking for just a decent stay, it can often cost you over $1,000 a night. Now, if you've been looking at coming to New York City or you come here often and you want to figure out what the best possible stay is, I want to show you what my pick is for the #1 best luxury hotel stay in the entire city. And not just that, but how I actually used my points and credit card benefits to not just book the room for free, but get an upgrade to a beautiful room with an incredible skyline view. Now, my name's Eli Facenda, aka Eli the Travel Guy, and I have stayed in over 20 different hotels in New York City alone, ranging from $30,000 per night presidential suites in places like the Park Hyatt in Midtown Manhattan, all the way down to shoebox rooms that are 150 square feet at a place like the Four Points by Sheraton. I've also advised over 1,000 business owners on how to use their points for their dream luxury travel experiences in the most seamless way possible through our concierge services. So I've got a good sense of what's possible for you here in New York City, what the best options are going to be for you, and overall, your best plays if you want to get a luxury stay in New York. Now, as you can see, I'm on a beautiful rooftop with the skyline of Manhattan behind me, and I am here at what I believe to be the #1 hotel in New York City if you want a great luxury stay with an amazing vibe, a great location, a beautiful view, and incredible overall amenities, the One Hotel Brooklyn Bridge. So let's dive in. So what actually makes a great luxury hotel stay in New York City? Well, for me, it comes down to three main things. #1 is going to be vibe. That's the ambiance, the design, the feel, the smells, the colors, the texture, the overall aesthetic that you're going to feel when you walk into this place. Really, it's the identity, what it represents. That's #1. #2 is the overall quality, right? If you have a great vibe, but the quality of what you actually offer isn't great, the rooms suck, the beds aren't comfortable, the food's terrible, the service is slow, that ain't going to cut it, right? So we want to have both of those. And then lastly is going to be the location and access. So what are you near? How easy is it to get to the things you want to get to? Is there good restaurants? Are there great views? What's the overall setting that you're inside of? Are you in a good neighborhood, a sketchy neighborhood? All these different things. So those are the three key things. Now, firstly, I want to talk about the overall vibe here. I think this is the best part of the One Hotel as an entire brand. Every One Hotel I've been to has had the same core vibe, which is really, it's eco-luxe, but it's got this kind of just nice, like sexy feel. You walk in, it's luxurious, but it still feels kind of like dressed down a little bit. It doesn't seem like it's flaunting it in your face. There's a lot of really awesome bougie luxury properties out there, and they're glitzy, they're glammy, they're kind of in your face flashy. You know, the bathrobes are going to be the nicest thing ever. The aesthetic is the nicest thing ever. And in here, it is really high quality, but it feels more like almost like a Bali or Tulum or even Medellin, Colombia kind of vibe. And the entire brand is really built on this idea of sustainability. So, they mentioned throughout the hotel how they use recycled paper for the toilet paper, how they're designed the water system to give you clean filtered water, but in the most sustainable way. So it's very good if you love sustainability, but overall just the feeling is really good too. Right when you walk in, there's a nice calming smell. The music's been on point. The atmosphere is incredible. There's multiple great restaurants. As you can see, the best part about the vibe though is this rooftop with an incredible pool. I think this is the best pool in New York City with probably the best view of New York City, right? There's very few places that have this kind of rooftop view with this good of a view of both the Brooklyn Bridge. You got downtown Manhattan right there. It's stunning. And there's all sorts of parties they're having up here, young people, older people, doesn't matter. People are dressed well, they care about themselves, they clearly take care of themselves well. It's a nice feel, and it's not pretentious, which for me, I really like. I hate going to the super bougie places where you just feel like if you laugh too loud, you're out of place. I don't like that. And the One Hotel is not that vibe. It's really good. And in fact, I actually have a good friend who was the chief of staff for the founder of One Hotel, Barry Sternlicht, who also created the W brand and the Starwood Group. And when they first launched this, they wanted an eco-luxe property, but they didn't actually aim for it to be as expensive as it currently is. Like, this property will go for $1,000 to sometimes $2,000 a night on average, but they actually intended this to be around a $500 per night property. But the idea grew so much, people loved the feel and the ambiance and the vibe so much that it really shot up, and now it's in a higher caliber tier than they even intended, which is a kind of cool byproduct for them. Unfortunate for the rest of us though. So overall, the vibe is absolutely nailed. And again, you're not going to see things that are overly done. It's not overly flashy. Nothing's overly in your face. The gym is nice. It's not exuberant. The spa is nice. It's not exuberant. The rooftop is beautiful and it's great. And it's got everything they want to do really, really well. They're nailing the fundamentals, and they're not going over the top for things that to me feel unnecessary, right? The soaps are good, but they're not $500 bottles of soap that are just insanely expensive for no reason. And to me, that is a sign of a hotel that's doing things right, because when properties overspend and charge exorbitant fees for things to me that are seemingly insignificant, for me as a consumer, it just kind of irks me because I'm like, this isn't something I really care for paying for. Everyone's different with that, but that's my overall taste. So now I want to take you on a little ride to explore the rest of the hotel and show you the quality of this place because it's pretty damn good. I'm down here in the lobby, and again, the vibe is absolutely killing it. And when it comes to quality, there's really four main things that I personally care about. I care about the room, meaning, is it comfortable? Is the air conditioning working? Is the bedding really soft? Does the shower work well? All the kind of basic things, but things that even at some luxury properties they kind of miss. So that's really important. Of course, you want to have great food so that when you're going out to breakfast or eating on property, getting room service, you feel like, you're not tired of the menu and you don't want to order in every meal that you have to get. Number 3 is going to be the overall amenities that they offer. And then lastly, you're looking at the service quality from the staff. Now, across the board, they nailed it. I'm going to show you some shots of the room here. And this upgrade that we got by booking through the Edit collection was absolutely amazing. We got an incredible view of the Brooklyn Bridge and downtown Manhattan. Now, certain rooms have that view. Certain rooms have more of a view of just the bridge. Certain rooms have more of a view of actually the Statue of Liberty and some of the Skyline. So you might be in any of those rooms, and there are some rooms that will face basically just downtown Brooklyn. And in that case, you get to see a little bit of the bridge, but you don't get to see too much of the rest of the Skyline. So speaking of those amenities, this property has that amazing, best in the world rooftop pool. I mean, spending hours up there reading and working was incredible. I spent 2 days basically just chilling up there. That's world class right there. The rooftop bar is amazing, as you saw. They have a nice gym. It's not anything insane. The spa's not anything insane, but they're really good. They nail exactly what we want them to be, and they get the job done. So that's what I really care about at a place like this. They don't have to be lavish and massive. As long as it has good enough equipment, it's modern, it's nice and new, it works. And of course, bring it to food with multiple restaurants on site, the rooftop bar, the coffee shop down here, the main restaurant, and the in-room dining. The food's pretty solid, but you also have so many great options right around you. We've walked around Dumbo, we've gone to a couple different restaurants, we've ordered in a couple times because we've been here for 4 days. And across the board, I'd say it's been really solid. It isn't the absolute best #1 hotel food in the world, but it's really, really good. So you won't be disappointed if you come here. And if you feel like your food standards are super high and you really want to go explore around, you're in one of the best places to go get some amazing restaurants outside of the property. And lastly, the service is really important. And of course, there's that old cliche about New Yorkers not being the most polite people. But after having just been around Europe, coming back to the States, I'm like, oh, all Americans are pretty cool compared to some of the French or Italians that we experience. But overall, the staff has been really great. From front desk check-in staff, they've all been absolutely loving wags, super friendly, super hospitable. We had our in-room kind of concierge that was offering to make us cocktails. He was bringing us food. He was taking care of our bags, making the stay really easy. So from end to end, the staff has also been really, really good. So speaking of some of the amenities and experiences they have on site, I'm here in the cafe on the property called Neighbors. Right behind me, so you'll see all sorts of juices, protein bars, croissants, sandwiches, coffee, matcha, all that good stuff. And it's really good. It's solid. It is definitely New York priced, but that's to be expected any nice stay that you're going to have. And overall, the vibe is really cool too. There's a lot of people here that are working and getting things done. And so if you check out behind me, you'll see a really nice kind of working environment, and the Wi-Fi here is really strong, which makes it a good place to grab a coffee and lounge if you need to get some work done for a couple hours. So this is a nice bright environment, and behind us there's that outdoor area where people are also sitting out and working and eating and having just a great time watching people on the paths go by. So it's a really nice environment, and the greenery, the eco feeling in here just makes it just feel very vibrant and very lively. It makes you feel like this is a place you feel inspired to work. So I really like that too, because some of the stays I'm in, when they're super luxury, sometimes they also become places where you don't want to work at all. And this feels like a place where I'm here, I can drop in easily, get a nice calm focus, get some of that Zen mode, and that adds a nice touch to the experience for me. And so, of course, one of the places we've been frequently visiting has been the breakfast area. So this is Barbuto. This is their restaurant. This is also where they serve breakfast behind me, and this wraps all the way around to the outdoor patio. We got the nice bar. So at night, this place is just bumping, very lively. As you can see, again, a lot of greenery going on here. And the breakfast has been really, really good. So because of the way that we booked it, we actually get a free breakfast credit every day. So we've been coming down here, getting different eggs. I had bagels and lox. I'm Jewish, and so when I'm in New York, getting a good bagel, that's part of the religion, I think. So it's been a really good place. And then you have the ability to just walk right out and get into the action if you want. But overall, the vibe in this place really nails it. It's a good spot if you want to come down and work. There's a lot of space. It's not usually overcrowded. You're not getting rushed in or out. And it is a menu-style breakfast, not a buffet. So you get to pick off the menu and have a delicious breakfast every single day. So the last piece is, how did I actually book this thing, and how can you book the same property? And what are some other options you might want to consider if you're coming to New York and this isn't a fit and you still want to leverage your points and benefits? So firstly, this one isn't going to be booked on points in the traditional way that I typically talk about on my channel or in my content, which is to transfer points from the bank credit card programs into the hotel loyalty programs, or just by earning hotel loyalty points. Because this is a part of the One Hotel group, this is not a part of one of the major chains that has a points loyalty program associated to a credit card or a transferable points currency associated to a bank. So you do have to do one of two things: either just straight up pay for it cash, or you're going to go through the bank travel portal to redeem your points directly through there. So depending on the bank that you're associated with, there can be some massive perks and benefits, and this is where the points really come into play. So with Amex, there's the Fine Hotels and Resorts perks, and with that, you're gonna get up to $600 in credit, so that can help cut down on the stay, and you could still apply points for part of that. Plus, you're gonna get the room upgrades, the benefits, the early check-in, late checkout, the free breakfast, the on-site credits, and all that. And those benefits are really gonna mirror what you're gonna see over on the other side, which is with the Chase Edit Collection. Now, this is a newer program as of the time of recording this, and that's actually how I booked this stay. They have a new feature called Points Boost, where your points are worth double. Now for me, I tend to get 3 to 4 cents per point out of my Chase points, and in this case, I only got 2 cents per point, but it still made sense to use them here because I have a decent amount of Chase points, and my alternatives were to spend an exorbitant amount of money, at least by my standards, for a hotel that was an okay experience. So I was very happy spending a little bit more in points to get an amazing overall stay. And the way that I think about this is I tend to budget my points around how many big upcoming trips I have. And I already had a lot of my points allocated for my big international flights and big hotel stays coming up. So I thought, okay, if these are sitting here and I'd rather save the cash and put it towards other parts of growing the business or other investments, I'm going to use the points for the stay. Even though it's not the absolute most potential value that I could get from them, it still covered a great hotel stay. Plus with the edit perks and benefits, I got $100 on-site credit twice because I had 2 separate reservations. I got the free breakfast every day. We got the amazing room upgrade. We got an overall incredible experience. So this is how I booked it and how you can book it too. Now, if you are in New York and you want to play the loyalty game with some other programs, there are plenty of other options with Marriott, Hyatt, and Hilton, and even IHG. I reference in this video a couple of the other stays that I've had specifically with Hyatt where I've gotten some amazing redemptions. At the Park Hyatt, you can get some really incredible ones. That's going to be just south of Central Park. I've stayed at the Andaz right on 5th Avenue. That I also got incredible value for with an amazing suite upgrade. I've also stayed at the St. Regis, the Ritz-Carlton Nomad. I've stayed at some of the other Marriott properties around. I stayed at the Edition in Times Square, and those are all possible to get some really solid value out of as well. It's just for me, I get really tired of being in the middle of Manhattan when I don't have to be, so I don't really want to stay there as much. For me, and especially for Brandon, now having Wags here, when we walk right outside and you're just in the chaos, it's a little bit much, and you can hear out here how much quieter it is, how much more chill it is, and there's no crazy people on the streets. It's just a nice, enjoyable stay. So that's why we chose to be here, and if you want to be in Brooklyn, there aren't as many points properties that you can book. There is a Marriott property close by, there's one Hyatt, I think there's 1 or 2 Hilton properties as well, but none of them that we're going to be getting really good value. So I decided to pass on those and save my hotel points for a different stay and use my bank points for this one. So in conclusion, you can probably see by now why I love this hotel so much and why when I come to New York City in the future, I plan to stay here as much as I possibly can. Now, for you, if you're coming to New York and you want a luxury stay, there's a few different reasons why this may be a great option for you or potentially maybe not. So again, a couple of things that I covered in this video that you really want to take into consideration is number one, the most important thing is going to be location and proximity to whatever you're coming to New York to do. If you're coming here for, going to get entertainment and going to see Broadways and just explore, or if you're coming here to visit friends and family, or if you're coming here for work, that will make a really big difference of what's going to be the best proximity location for you, and that also includes your airport access. Number two is overall the type of stay you're on and how much you care about a quality hotel experience versus just having a place to sleep at night. So when I come to New York for events, I'm oftentimes at the event all day, I'm out having drinks and dinners with people late into the night, and the place I'm staying isn't as important to be super luxurious because I'm hardly there. Now, when I'm here with my fiance and we're doing a 3-day stopover and we're seeing friends and we're just working and lounging and relaxing and recovering, the quality of the place that I'm in actually matters a lot more. And so I'm getting a lot more bang for my buck on the money or points spent for that stay. And then lastly, the other big consideration, of course, is going to be price. And that's not just price in dollars, but price in points as well. So you want to consider what your options are. Now, again, in New York City, it's really important to remember that there really are not Airbnb options. So you're primarily looking for hotel stays. And honestly, the hotel quality for, let's say, a 3-star or even some 4-star properties here in New York, it's pretty low compared to other areas, primarily based on the size. Like everything is really small and the fees are really high. So you're going to end up paying a lot and not getting very much compared to other major cities around the US or even internationally. So I often find that I feel quite disappointed in hotels in New York. And in this case, I feel really happy about where we ended up staying. So if you're already going to be paying quite a bit to get a decent stay, for me, it's worth it to pay a little bit extra, again, whether points or dollars, to get a really nice place for a stay like this. So if you want more information on how you can leverage these benefits from your cards to get more upgrades and get these elite status perks that get you free suites and free breakfast and all these different benefits, you can check out one of these other videos around this video, and that will explain exactly the steps you need to follow that will allow you to unlock the full potential benefits that you could be getting. And then lastly, if you want more help from our team to just make this super easy for you, you can check out some of the links in the description down below where we have concierge services, and we just make it super easy for our clients to get the best possible travel from the points they have and getting the best overall experiences. So with that, I'll see you in the next video.